I'm originally from New Jersey. I live in New Ulm, Minnesota. I have two kids. My son is 9, his name is Noah, and my daughter's, she just turned 4, her name is Cassidy. I deployed with the 4th Infantry Division back in April of 2003 we were the second wave into Iraq. I keep hearing stories that it's a lot different from when I was there. When I was there, we didn't have a lot, and now they say it's all built up and there's houses and hard shelters. When my whole tour was in tent, basically. Our trucks actually were some of the first trucks into Tikrit when I got to Iraq in 2003. Personally, I'm getting my stuff into storage, trying to get in better shape, preparing my kids, buying little gear here and there that I needed the first time that I didn't have, and just preparing the family, talking to them about it, and keeping them notified of what's going on. My daughter was 3 months old when I left, and then my son, he's turning 9, and he's asking questions that I don't know how to answer sometimes.
Like what?
He asks me questions like, well, what if you have to kill somebody? And then I'm like, well, if it's between me and somebody else and me coming home, then I'm going to do it. And then he'll ask, well, what if that's somebody else's dad and he doesn't come home? You know, sometimes it's hard to answer something like that to a kid. You know, let him know, you know, sometimes things like this have to be done. You know, I tell him it's the bad guys, and he understands a little more when I tell it like that. The kids these days are a little smarter, so they ask, you know, like questions that you don't know how to answer. You know, so I do my best to try to, you know, answer them and keep them educated on why we're over there and whatnot. So, I remember when we first drove into Iraq, the kids were starving, no shoes. It just looked pretty battered. And from what I hear now, I mean, you know, they got the police going and they voted and all this stuff. And I guess I want to see what I started. You know, I want to see how it's grown since we went in there in 2003. Kind of interesting to go look. A lot of the guys are excited to go. Some of those other guys, they just came back with the Chinook Battalion, and they're volunteering to come with us. So most of the people in the Guard, they want to do this and they like doing this. So the morale is usually pretty high. I believe it's going to be different. I think it's going to be a good time. New learning experience. I think it's just going to be a whole other country altogether from when I saw it in 2003.